In spring 1957, I bought a car, a 1946 Cadillac convertible from L.D. Johnson of Santa Ana. It was a gorgeous car, beautiful, immaculate, blue finish, blue upholstery, radio, heater, white wall tires. I immediately fell in love with it and bought it even though I couldn't afford the $595 price. But I gave LD $100 down, and he financed the rest of it, and I drove home. A couple of days later, I was driving to work, and I heard a pop in the engine. I took it to a meeting, took it to a dealer, and he said, "You've blown a head gasket. That'll cost you $75. Solved it. 2 days later, on my way home from work, here's the same pop, same problem, same gasket, $75 more. 2 days later, I'm back on my way to work again. I hear the same pop. This time I decided I'm going to take it to a Cadillac dealer and have it really checked out. So I drove to work. I also tried to evaluate the problem. You see, in 1942, the Cadillac division of General Motors started making tanks for the war effort. In August of 1955, they started making Cadillacs again. I think my car was somewhere in between and didn't quite make the same. Anyway, I asked Marty to join the lunch we take to the dealer. He said, "Fine, be glad to." So off we went at lunchtime, up West Street to Ball Road. We almost got there when all of a sudden the hood on my car crackled, the entire hood. I immediately pulled over. Marty pulled in behind me. He got out of the car and he said, "Pop the hood, pop the hood." So I popped the hood. As soon as the air went in, the entire car erupted in flames. It didn't take much time for the fire to go through the floorboard, the dashboard, and the canvas top. But about that time, Keith Murdoch, city manager of Anaheim, and Joe Geister, city attorney, drove by. And they happened to have a radio in their car, saw the fire and called the fire department. A few minutes later, the firemen arrived, put out the fire. The car was a total loss. In the meantime, I looked around. There was no Marty. I don't know what happened to him. When the fire was finally out of the orange grove, and hell, in those days, the whole area was an orange grove, Marty Sklar appeared. It seemed that the whole incident of the burning car had so excited Marty that he had to go to the orange grove to relieve himself. This is the same Marty Sklar we are honoring today. It is also important to note that that same orange grove started to die. And less than 2 months later, it was completely gone. It is my firm belief that the very first seeds of the Disneyland Resort area were planted at the corner of Ball Road and Disneyland Drive that spring day in 1957. My next little reminiscence to share with you is the night that the New York World's Fair opened in 1964. A large Disney contingent. We were all staying at the Silver Towers apartment building in New York. Tommy Walker, the then director of entertainment, informed us about 6 o'clock we were having a party in our apartment. Tommy, it seems, had invited about 40 people, most very attractive young ladies working in various pavilions. Those of us who shared the apartment inherited the job of supplying food. and beverage for Tommy's opening night spectacular. Only about 2 hours of douche, we did supply all the food and booze, but we became aware that we would run out of ice very shortly. Some were sent on a search for ice in the area, and I started door to door on the little floor of the Silver Towers, pleading for ice. I got a tray here, a tray there, but it was pretty slim picking until I got to the farthest apartment at the end of the hall. A very nice older lady opened the door, and when I told her my plight, she called her husband, "Murray, this man needs some ice." So he went up to look for the ice in the freezer. She asked if I was a long-time resident of Silver Towers. I said no, I was just here for a couple of weeks working on the opening of the fair. She asked me what company I was with. When I said Disney, she let out a gasp. She said her nephew worked for Disney. Really? Who? Marty Sklar, she said. I told her Marty was one of my best friends. With that, she invited me to his apartment, introduced me to her daughters, and asked me if I liked his sandwich. Then she asked if Marty ever got back to New York. Well, now, Marty has been to New York for the last 4 months. But I decided a little white lie would be kinder. No, not very often, I said. Well, when you see him, tell him Aunt Rose and Uncle Murray send their best. And if you ever get to New York again, give us a call. We'll have over for dinner. Murray then showed up with the ice. I went back. Our party was a success. Didn't break up till about 3 a.m. But what are the chances, the odds, of running into Marty Sklar's aunt and uncle while searching for ice cubes in an apartment building in Queens? Yep, there are a million stories in Naked City. Aunt Rose and Uncle Murray is just one of them. I'd like to conclude with just one day. We used to be closed on Tuesdays, and Marty and I were trying to kill time during the lunch hour, and Marty said, "Let's walk through the mine train." I said, "Well, the mine train's closed." He said, "No problem." I said, "It's dark inside there." He said, "If we walk and keep 1 foot against the rail, we can get through the ride without any trouble." So off we went, 1 foot against the rail, dragging on. We got to the end of the ride. We got out, and we must have had 5 pounds of grease. I mean, but it worked. We got through. Anyway, I think Frank Heidemann was thinking very seriously about firing us that day. Those are just a few of the nuggets to remind me why I'm so glad to have known Marty Sklar. You just know his life is richer, better, and more fun and happier because of it. And still, with all those little Marty-isms we all love, he found the time to make significant, monumental, and lasting contributions to Disney theme parks worldwide. The keeper of the flame and leading wet Imagineers on to new glory, writing new chapters to the image and legacy of the Walt Disney Company, contributing to education and the arts on a local, regional, and national basis. As the only person who has participated in every Disney theme park opening, and no one knows better than Marty that every opening day is like D-Day. He is our most battle-tested veteran. Marty Sklar, a Disney Eisenhower and MacArthur, with a touch of Mark Twain, P.T. Barnum, Will Rogers, and a dash of Jiminy Cricket. Marty, thanks for the memories, and most of all, thanks for your friendship. We look forward to making new memories together with you in the future. One last thing to all of you gathered here today. If you have a chance, ask Marty about his long ago bizarre relationship with my English bulldog, Dwayne. Thank you. Have a great day.